Hey guys, it's Mark back with another video, and like I always say, don't be scared to fall because you may fall into a better situation. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so throughout my journey of Instagram, I have been on Instagram for a very long time, and for the most part it has been an amazing experience. I've learned some things through the midst of me kind of creating, or just growing and realizing who I was and what it is that I love to do. I've often been asked, where do you shop? Who takes your photos? How do you edit your photos? How do you get your theme and stuff like this on Instagram and this and that? And are you a model? I'm not a model. I'm literally a person that works a 9 to 5. I do YouTube videos on the side. I just like to take pictures. I also like fashion, and I also like to draw, and I just kind of combine all of that into one. It's not necessarily me trying to live up to a lifestyle that I don't have. It's kind of me actually doing what I love and speaking where I want to be into existence. So this video is just going to be basically me talking about and giving you guys some tips on how I take my photos and what makes a good photo. I'm not going to talk about necessarily fashion in this video, but I'm just going to go over, I'll make that a separate video. But in this video, we're just going to strictly discuss how I take my photos, how I edit my photos, and tips to take the good photo and just like getting the right angles. But anyway, let's get into the video. For number one, taking the perfect photo. I think taking the perfect photo, you definitely want to look at what vibe you want to go for, and think about how it's going to complement what you have on. I prefer to take my pictures in the nighttime because I just like my colors to pop. But however, sometimes I do take my photos at nighttime. It just depends on the lighting. But I do lean more into taking my pictures in the daytime. I just like bright pictures. I just like to see everything. I like detail. I like the clarity of the photos. When it's in the daytime and nighttime, it's very easy for something to be shadowed or you can't see it. So I do lean more towards taking photos in the light. I typically like to take my photos at 6 in the morning or just sometime when the sun is up. I try not to get shadows in my photos unless it's intentional. The lighting is very, very crucial when it comes to taking photos and where it is. I take my pictures in the morning, like during golden hour. It's a perfect time where it's kind of like orangey outside. And a technique that I like to do is when you're looking for the perfect lighting and to see if it's actually too bright, or if you are trying to test out if the lighting is perfect, open up your camera and do this on your hand, and you literally spin around till your hand is completely lit. There's no shadow or anything. Also, knowing your angles and knowing the type of vibe that you're trying to go for. On me, angles are very important to me. I don't like to take the pictures in the same, I don't like to take my pictures in the same type of style. If you look at my Instagram, none of my photos are kind of in the same spot. I try to take them, some of them are up close, some of them are far back, and I feel like that goes with the vibe that I'm trying to go for, and I feel like it looks very, very good for someone who scrolls through my page. Everything doesn't look the same. So you have to know your angles, like what is your good side, what is your bad side. For me, I feel like my good side is on this side. Because I feel like this one looks a little weird to me. I can't explain it, but I can work better with this. So when I take a lot of my selfies, I'll tilt my head this way and I'll go like that, simply because I feel like this is my good side. And also with the angles and the perspective too, like when it comes to angling the camera, do you want it to be lower or do you want it to be higher? And this is also something that you really don't have to pay much attention to, but however, it's good to consider this while taking the photos, because you can go back and adjust the angles to make sure that everything is symmetrical, and tilt the photo like this, like forward, tilt it forward, or either tilt it backwards, which is going to either elongate the legs or elongate the top of the body to make your legs look longer or shorter. Good tip to make is that don't take your picture so up close, because then you wouldn't be able to tilt it. And makeup. And makeup is so important for a flawless photo. It is very important, but however, it is not something that you necessarily need. I love it because the light reflected off of makeup makes your skin look flawless. Makeup does play a huge part in how smooth your photos look. Yes, you can go into Facetune and touch it up and just remove everything you want to, but however, I do like to have my face on because it's just something that I just love to do. So you have to think about your stance when it comes to your photos and how you want to stand and what actually looks appealing with what you have on. You just have to do what makes you feel comfortable, what actually makes the fit look good. And like I wouldn't swat down with some heels on and then you have the heels like kind of bending. It just doesn't look right. I wouldn't swat down with some ones on and then you got your ones creasing. I wouldn't do something like that. Your stance, it means a lot in how you want to portray yourself. You can stand in a more masculine way if you have like a more sporty look. That's what I lean towards because I do like to give off the vibe that I'm going for. So with that being said, when I dress dressy, I do, you know, like I am a little bit more feminine, appear more feminine, so I like to embody that. Whereas if I'm wearing a more street look and I look more boyish, I do like to embody that street look to promote, you know, like what I'm trying to push out, if that makes sense. You always have to have personality and stay true to your aesthetic. Your aesthetic, your own personal style. It's okay to get inspo and inspiration from other people, but always make sure you throw your own personality into, you know, your style and the way that you take your photos and your stance or anything. It's always good to have references and inspo. Even I have an inspo on my Instagram full of people like celebrities and even Instagram friends. Like I'm inspired by a lot of things that I see, but however, I'm not going to duplicate it completely. Take what I get from that and I make it my own. Accessories and jewelries and props are very important to add to make your piece pop out more. Since me, I'm a very neutral person. I don't really like a lot of color. Disregard that. I don't like a lot of colorful stuff, so I do like to implement like a bag or either some glasses, something bright to add some color back to the photo if I don't have some on already. So, and I think that it's very important to put like jewelry and stuff on because it just adds more character to the photo. It makes the photo stand out even more. It just adds to the quality of the photo. Color adjustment. The way that you look on the camera is not how you may see yourself in person. The camera washes out everything. It warps things. It's going to make your forehead look bigger than what it is. It's going to make your nose look longer than what it is. It's going to make your lips look bigger than what it is. So of course when you take a photo, it's not going to look the way you perceive yourself in the mirror because for one, the photo is flipped around. Color adjustment is very important to bring back warmth and saturation and vibrance back to the photo. And later on in the video, I'm going to give you guys some sources when it comes to, you know, editing color adjustments to bring warmth back to the photo and also add detail back to the photo. Instagram does compress the photos and make them lower resolution so that it can be viewed off of a lot of devices. So when you take a photo and you take it in a camera app that's raw, probably the clearest that it's going to be, and you put that photo into PixArt, it's going to compress it to fit into PixArt. The quality on it is going to come down more and more the more apps you send it through. So that's why it's always best to have raw photos to you know, kind of work with your raw photos and try not to send them through so many apps because it is going to go down on the resolution. And then also once you upload a photo to Instagram, it's going to compress it anyways. Only social media that I know that does not compress the photos is Twitter. If you ever look on Twitter and look at a photo, those pictures be clear. Like you'll see that little bar coming across the top loading. That means that it's loading the actual quality. And it's not many websites that actually do that. So I love Twitter for that. So take heed to that and, you know, try not to send your photos through so many apps. I also think that it's very crucial when you're taking pictures to have some type of music. I'm not saying have an AirPod in your ear unless you're taking your pictures from this side, but I think music is very important to kind of get you in your mode, especially if you're taking photos by yourself or even with somebody else. Music is very important to make you come out of your comfort zone and feel yourself. Whatever song it is, no matter what it is that makes you feel good and makes you feel confident, play that or make a playlist for when you're taking your photos or just shuffle your music and just feel it and pose. It's going to bring out the best version of you, and I promise you're going to love the photos. And always make sure your camera lens is clean because you want the best photos. Always wipe your camera off. I would hope that you guys are not taking pictures on the front camera because I don't know if you guys noticed, but the front camera resolution is always going to be less than the back camera. I feel like that's obvious, but I'm just going to say it just for those. I just never know who's watching. But even if you're taking a selfie, it would be always best. The front camera is great. The front camera is amazing, but always remember that the back camera is better. And one of my last tips for you guys before I end this video, because it's already getting kind of long, before I tell you guys the sources and what I actually use to edit my photos, is don't take a lot of photos. If you don't have a clicker, you can download this app called Lens Buddy. It is on iPhone, but I did not see it on Android, but I'm pretty sure you can find something similar like that, but it automatically takes the photos for you. You just set your camera up and then you just set a timer for when you want it to start, and you set the timer for how long you want it to wait for you to change your pose. So I set it to 30, take 30 photos, 5 seconds in between. So what it's going to do is it's going to snap a photo, it's going to count to 5, snap another one. And within those 5 seconds, I change poses. It's gonna take 30 photos, and it's also gonna flash, or if you have the sound up, it'll make a sound so you can know to change your poses. Or a lot of times I may take pictures of nature to just kind of, so all my whole profile won't be just face, fashion. Although that is what I'm promoting, but I'm also promoting my skills and my versatility when it comes to photography, and also the theme of my Instagram. Now for the last segment of this video, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it this far, are these sources. The sources that I use, and I'm going to tell you what I use them for. I've already talked about Lightroom. I use that to take my photos. I really like that app, and again, that is Lens Buddy. To Lightroom, I'm pretty sure you've heard about Lightroom. This is a very big part in me keeping the theme of my Instagram going. My Instagram is very like moody and dark. It's very beneficial for photographers who want to purchase or get presets, which are filters made by other people. So once I go through and I edit my photo the way I want it, and I said, okay, look, this is the look that I'm going for, I save those edits, and each time I upload a photo, I can click that preset and put that same filter on top of the photos, which makes my Instagram and my theme more of the same because it has the same filter. We all know about Facetune. Facetune is going to clean up and shape anything that you want to. And I'm just going to say this, there's nothing wrong with wanting to have the perfect photo. Promote yourself and put yourself out there the way that you want to be seen. This is your life. You only live one life. You don't have to listen to what anybody have to say. You're not hurting anybody doing you. Literally, that's just it. You're not hurting anybody doing you. Darkroom. Darkroom, I feel like is an kind of a step down from Lightroom, but it has those very beneficial features. I don't use Darkroom as much as I used to. I really like their highlighter. Like, there are different apps that have the same effects, but for some reason on certain apps they hit different. And with Darkroom, I really like their highlighter feature, and I like their sharpening. I like their sharpening feature to increase the detail. So I like Darkroom for that, but they have amazing filters. They also let you put filters on your videos. And PicsArt. PicsArt is amazing. PicsArt to me has the best filters. Has the best filters for me. I always pay for PicsArt, and PicsArt has been a staple before Facetune, before anything was out. Everybody always knew about PicsArt when people had Androids. So Androids, like, PicsArt has always been around when it came to editing photos. And at one point, I remember PicsArt had a website. They probably still do, where you can actually edit your photos on your computer. And it's been around for a long time, and they've just gotten better and better. Their filters are so top tier. I recommend paying for it monthly, or I don't think you can buy it all the way out, but I do pay for PicsArt. I love their filters. They play a big part in the theme of my Instagram, like the kind of golden hour theme that I go for. And I'm going to go into more details about actually how I edit my photos. That's going to be a separate video too. I'm actually going to show you how I do it. Yes, PicsArt is very good with like cutting out the background or like removing items. Like PicsArt has everything, and ever since they introduced the video editing, it's also good for like upcoming YouTubers to edit their videos on, which is a good thing too. And InShot is an app, a video editing app, but it also has photo editing features. It is very beneficial when it comes to one feature that I like on here on InShot, which is what I edit my YouTube videos on, if you didn't know. But I am going to move over into LumaFusion. All these years I've been using InShot, and I also pay for it too. It has some very nice transitions. So if you're an upcoming YouTuber and you're looking for somewhere to start off, and it's only literally $40 a month, for $4 a month. One of the features that they just added on there that I really love is the smooth slow motion. I don't know what they do, but when I take my photos in live, and you know they're like 3 seconds, if you turn that smooth slow motion down, I don't know what InShot does, but for some reason it slows the video. It literally, like, it stretches the video out without making it move dramatically slow. So it's like a smooth slow motion. And I really love that feature that they added onto there, because with the video, like a live video, maybe it's about 3 seconds, you can stretch it out to about like 6 seconds. And then those couple of seconds, it's not that big of a deal. But just imagine you wanting this video to be longer, and you use this tool to stretch it out a little longer. And yeah, that's kind of all of the apps I use, you guys, and that's how I take the perfect photo. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This video is very, very long. Like I said, I upload videos every Monday and Friday. So stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe on the video if you like what you see here. And also follow me on my TikTok. I talk about some more in-depth and detailed things on there involving anything. You don't have to be gay to subscribe. You don't have to be straight. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that I boosted your photo game. I hope that I answered a lot of the question when it comes to how I take my photos and how I maintain the theme that I have. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Toodles.